Everyone looks happy except me. I'm very depressed because of my work. I was born in Beijing, China. When I was 14 years old, Bill Gates visited Beijing. That day, I decided to become the second Bill Gates. When I was 16 years old, I came to America to study. I received a scholarship and majored in computer science. Then I got my MBA from Duke University. At the age of 30, I became a manager of a famous company and became a father. Then one day, my boss asked, "Jia Jiang, if you didn't work here, what would you be doing by now?" Without any hesitation, I said, "I would have become a businessman." Then someone next to me asked, "Then why didn't you become a businessman?" I realized in that moment, time went by surprisingly fast, and the gap between my dream and reality was widening. My wife, who was born in China like me, knew why I was so depressed more than before for the past few weeks. My pregnant wife said, "You can do anything from now on. You can't live with regret like this anymore. Start up a business. Just try." I always think I got married to a wonderful woman. I decided to quit the job and go all out to start a business for 6 months. In the meantime, adrenaline shot up all over my body as I set the condition for getting a job again if I couldn't attract investors, and I felt as if I could finally pursue my dream. I felt like I was in the Wizard of Oz. But soon afterwards, fear invaded me. What if I fail? Will I be able to get a good job ever again? What about the baby who was about to be born? My wife gave me the permission to try, but what about her family? It was chaotic. Did I really want to start my own business? Or was I depressed because I couldn't start my own business? The die had been cast. I resigned, formed the best team, and completed my dream application in 3 months. However, there was an email from investors. Rejected. For a long time, the whole world seemed to have lost its light. The Wizard of Oz was nowhere to be found, and Goliath the fear came over my heart. I was so mad at myself. What have I done? I quit a good job and I bet everything on an uncertain startup. Why did I get my MBA when I can't even manage the risk properly? My pregnant wife encouraged me that I still have 3 more months. It's obvious that she's a great woman. However, I could not challenge myself again. I was afraid I would be rejected again. I got stuck in the corner of my room and searched online for a few days. How to overcome rejection and come back to life. Psychology experts said in unison, "Don't stay in the loop too long. Get over it." Who doesn't know that? What pathetic advice. One day I found a website called rejectiontherapy.com run by a young man. He said that rejection is fear itself and recommended one of the best ways to overcome it. Go outside every day for 30 days and be deliberately rejected. After 30 days, you'll be insensitive to rejection. I like this logic. I have been procrastinating my dream for 10 years. I guess I am more susceptible to rejection. Shouldn't I be exposed to rejection deliberately? I needed an extreme shock therapy. That way, I was able to go one step further towards my grand goal. I have extended 30 days to 100 days. That's how I started my 100 days of rejection therapy. The first challenge was to borrow $100 from a stranger. Second challenge was request a burger refill. How is it? Isn't brave? Is it a bit rude? Maybe. But the more I was rejected, the more I learned from it all over. In fact, the fear of rejection was fading away at some point. People didn't brand me as odd. They rather thought I was funny and asked me why I'm doing this. I couldn't help acknowledging. I was too busy running away from my assumptions. I never tried, and was left to my own pains with all kinds of speculations. Whenever I was rejected, I kept seeing more people, and eventually more people started listening to my ridiculous proposals. 2 facts I learned through this process. There is very little in the world besides death that is 100%. Conversely, there is very little of 0%. So, can we not accept any case as a probability? In other words, if you are desperate to be accepted, you can focus on contacting more people than you would on the middle course of rejection. In fact, it is not so much a new realization as it is already seen in reality. For instance, J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone has been rejected 12 times. Nobel Literature Prize-winning author William Golding's Lord of the Flies had been rejected 20 times. Thriller author Stephen King's Carrie 30 times, and Robert Pirsig's Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance 121 times. Never, never in nothing great or small, large or petty, never give up. You should try it constantly. If you try hard enough, you may end up being detached from the process and standing aloof from the process of rejection. This is the biggest crop I've come across from the 100 days of rejection therapy. Now I feel like I'm driving Goliath into one corner, knowing his true identity of rejection. As time went by, I realized that rejection is not a Goliath. Rather, I realized that refusal was the Wizard of Oz, which opened up a new world. According to my research, the people who changed the world were the ones who experienced a lot of strong rejection in the early part of their lives. Gandhi, Mandela, and even Jesus experienced many rejections. But they had one difference. They were not defined by rejection. They were defined by the responses that followed the rejection. At first, rejection was a curse and a fear to me. I was always running from it. Because I ran away, fear of rejection haunted me. But when I got used to it, it became the best gift of my life. Don't forget, you should train your heart muscle like a workout.